So here we are in the UP GTI. Welcome back to the channel and to sort of my first real drive of this car. It's one of those where it's not my car, it is Lauren's, and it's a daily car, so it's pretty much gone all the time. But this morning I've dropped her off at work, she's happy, I've got a car, and I'm going to take it out for my sort of first sort of spirited drive. I'm not going to push it because I don't know the car, and at the end of the day it's not mine. So but yeah, we will sort of get it up to speed, see what it handles like, see what it accelerates like, and yeah, here we go. First thing to note is just coming into a national speed limit now. If you can hear this, it does actually sound quite good. Now unfortunately this is like a lot of the newer VWs, this is what they call a sound actuator, so it's sort of fake noise being pumped in. I don't know whether it's the speakers or some cars have like a separate pipe coming off the air filter that just gets sort of channeled into the cabin just to make it a little bit more sort of enjoyable to drive, and that it does, to be totally honest. It does sort of, it does sound good. It's just a shame it definitely does not sound like this from the outside, but yeah, it's one of those. I don't know actually, if to be honest, it probably encourages you to drive a little bit faster, but yeah, it does sound good. But yeah, a bit about this car while we're stuck behind these guys. Obviously, it is an UP GTI, it's a 68 plate, and yeah, it is in white, it's a 3-door, which I think is sort of true GTI. Correct me if I'm wrong with what you think in the comments, but I think 3-door's the one for a little car like this. It's one of those that actually I think in the 5-door you've probably... People get 5-doors so it's easier to get in and out of the back, but with this being such a small car and the 5-door having such small rear doors, I don't know if it does actually make it any easier. You're still sort of crawling in, but up for discussion. I'm really glad Lauren got a 3-door though, and I'm really glad she got it in white as well, because I do think this is probably, in my opinion, the best colour for one of these UP GTIs. It's the one that sort of brings out the most detail and whatnot. If you watch one of the last videos of me doing sort of a walk around of this car, then you will see sort of all the outside, what it looks like, and yeah, what you would lose if you got different colours. Obviously if you get a black one you lose all the detailing, if you get a red one you lose sort of the GTI bits, and the only other option is silver or white. Silver personally is not for me, but you know, that's each to their own really. So yeah, white was certainly the colour. And here we go, 2 cars have turned off, we've only got 1 left. Turn off here. I know this is a very nice road, it's just been relaid and it is absolutely arrow straight. And that's it, you're pretty much at the speed limit. You know, it is one of those cars where you've sort of got to work it to accelerate, but that's not particularly a bad thing. I feel like there's too many cars these days that you put your foot down and that's it. You're at 60, you're at 70 within a couple of seconds, and apart from sort of that butterfly feeling in your stomach, it's actually not that much fun. I do think there's something to be said for a car that you do actually have to work and rev round, like the UP GTIs, like, you know, the Lupo GTIs, and that's why I'm a big fan of my old Polo, because you really have to work it to overtake anyone, to get it to go around a corner. It's just one of those. It's just a fun car to drive, so, and this definitely follows suit. So yeah, first impressions, I mean, it certainly picks up well. I think the 0 to 60 in this is sort of like the mid to low 8 seconds, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've got one of these, like I said, I haven't done all the research in the world on these. I've just sort of got in it and taken it for a drive. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's one of those. It's sort of enough. Little bit clunky in sort of first gear, second gear, but once you get sort of second, third, fourth, it's actually a really nice gearbox, to be honest. Quite sharp. Clutch is obviously good, but it's still a fairly new car, to be honest. Or, well, I say fairly new car, I've never owned anything anywhere near this new, so it is one of those. I mean, it just does pick up nicely. It's sort of one of those where it's just a bit of a pleasure to drive, to be totally honest with you. It's not fast, but it is nippy, and I think there needs to be more cars like this. I was really keen for Lauren to get a Lupo GTI. I absolutely love Lupo GTIs, and I imagine at some point I will own one just as a bit of fun, really, because that's what they are. Not going to go too fast around corners because there's probably nowhere near enough heat in the tyres, and as I've said before in previous videos, we are on Goodyear efficient grips, which I don't know, they're certainly not made for handling, I know that. I think they are more aimed towards the sort of quoted miles per gallon that you can get on these cars. Some people are getting sort of 55, 60 miles to the gallon out of this car. I mean, average since I've started this video is 41, which is fairly impressive, to be honest. I dare say if you put your foot down in a Golf or or anything else like that that's sort of hot hatchy, Polo GTI, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't imagine you get sort of over 40 miles to gallon if you're revving it all the way around. I don't know. We're up some nice corners now, drop it down a gear. You can hear the sound actuator kicking in. Oh, it's just so much fun. Down to third. It handles well, it holds itself. It's not bad. Staying high in the revs. Accelerate out. It's just so much fun. Even though it's a new car, it just feels like an old car. It's sort of like raw. There's not, the new ones have got lane assist and all sorts of stuff, the newer UP GTIs, but this one doesn't. It's, like I said, it's a very basic model. It doesn't have the upgraded sound system, so no extra weight there. Doesn't have a sunroof or a pan roof, so no extra weight there. It's just an absolute stripped down to basics, good little car, which is taking me very shortly on some of my favourite roads around this sort of area. Sort of switchbacks, tight corners, stuff like that, and it is a really nice laid road, so we will have a little bit of fun coming onto this. One of the biggest things that people talk about on the UPs is the fact that they've got drum brakes on the rear, but do you know what? If you didn't know, I dare say you probably couldn't tell. It's certainly not under braking. It's enough for what you need and the sort of speed you go in. Like I said, this isn't a million-mile-an-hour car. You don't necessarily need huge brakes. You just need to be able to slow down for a corner. Thing I've got to be wary about on these sort of roads is tractors and other sort of farm vehicles. They're always one that you've got to watch out for. But yeah, so far, really enjoying the drive. What a great little car. It's quite rigid, I won't lie. It's firmer than I thought it was going to be. It doesn't feel like there's a right lot of body roll in the corners. We'll test it out here. Third gear, in, accelerate out. Yeah, absolutely fine. It just loves it. It loves being driven. It's one of those cars. Coming up some slightly sharper corners now, where I'm expecting body roll. Into third. Hard on the brakes, down the gears. Third again. Point, shoot. There's definitely a bit of body roll there, but that is a very sharp corner. Got another one coming up. Obviously it's starting to rain, which is not ideal, but I don't care because I'm having so much fun in this little up. Hopefully it'll pass. Another one down to third. Yeah, you can feel the body start to roll now. Brakes still absolutely fine. Awesome little section of road coming up now. Looks a little bit muddy from farm traffic, but that's alright, we'll take it steady. Tight swoopy corner. Into another one. On the pedal as we leave. And straight into a rainstorm. Just what you need. I can't believe it. Again, every single video I ever make, it's sunny but raining. That is just absolute peak British YouTubers. You can always tell by the grey clouds, and it is an absolute nightmare. Tell you what, I do just wish that this car sounded as good on the outside as it does on the inside. I can't help but just sort of be fooled by the sound actuator making this car sound like something that it is not, but it's one of those. Understated certainly is what it is. I think if people ever do get a chance to drive one of these, definitely go for it, because what a barrel of laughs it is. It's so much fun, and without going silly speeds, what more could you want? It sort of gives you that feeling of driving fast without driving fast, if that makes sense. I think that is quite a lot to do with the sound actuator, to be honest, and the GTI badge on the steering wheel. That's probably about it. So that's it, we're heading back into a 40 zone and we'll cool off. We've got a little bit of a drive left. I'm heading up to the Motorist, if anybody's been there. Drop below if you've been there, what cars you're driving there, and yeah, if you're going there in the future, what a great little place that is for anybody that's sort of into the cars. It's quite far from where I am, but it's certainly worth the drive, and you get to drive on roads like this on the way there. We'll leave that video there. Hopefully you have enjoyed my first proper little drive of the GTI, actually getting above sort of 30 mile an hour, which previously is probably all I've done. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to click that subscribe button for loads more content coming on the UP GTI, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up. So until next time, from me and the UP, peace.